Hi everyone, welcome to the Piano Keys. I'm so glad that you're here. This is a tutorial for, I don't know how to say his name. Yiruma, Yiruma, Yiruma. I don't know. You tell me. I looked it up. I couldn't find anyone actually saying the guy's name, but whatever. So a pianist who was a very famous guy who composed this piece, and this is called The River Flows in You. I do have the performance video. It's linked in this video if you want to take a look at it. So I just want to say a couple of things. Part 1 of this tutorial is pretty long, so don't let it scare you for the rest of the tutorial. So I basically spent a lot of time on part 1 because this is such a repetitive piece that once you understand how to do part 1 really well, then it's going to make all the other parts very, very easy to learn, or at least easier to learn than if you're not very good at part 1. So if you look at part 1 and you think, wow, that's really long, I wonder, how long the other parts are going to take. Not as long as part 1, okay? And I also teach you how to do the pedaling here, because I know a lot of you have questions about that. And if you want to know more about pedaling, take a look at my pedaling technique tutorial. That way you'll understand what I'm doing and maybe why. Okay, find me on social media. On Instagram, The Piano Keys TPK, Facebook, The Piano Key, and my website is thepianokeys.com. Check out Piano Boot Camp. You can watch a few lessons for free if you want to learn how to read music and apply it to playing the piano. That's the best place to go. A lot of you write to me and say, can you give me tips for how to read music? Well, I made a whole course for you. So go take a look at that. There's not really a tip I can give you about learning to read music. Okay, if you like my videos, click the thumbs up and subscribe. And if you are ready to learn Yiruma, River Flows in You, then keep watching. So this piece is very repetitive, which makes it easy to learn and easy to teach. There are a few things to remember. The left hand uses mainly the same fingering all the way through. You're playing a low note, whatever that low note is, with your 5th finger. Then you play a note that's higher with your 2nd finger, and then a higher note with your 1st finger. And you do that most of the way through. Sometimes, after playing the 1st finger, you come back to 2nd finger, or you come back to 5th finger. So because of this repetition, I'll only tell you the finger numbers for a little while, and then I just won't say the finger numbers anymore because it's the same thing over and over. The other thing is when the left hand plays, so here's the first thing that you're going to play. You notice that I'm connecting the notes, which means I'm holding this finger until the next finger plays, then releasing the old finger. Hold this one until the next one plays, and release that one. So we're not hopping from one key to key, and we're also not holding over, so I'm not doing this. See, I'm holding 3 notes or even 2 notes. So it's almost like you are passing, I don't know, a ball to your friend. And then your friend takes it, and then your friend passes it to somebody else. So you can't hold on to the ball and throw it at the same time, right? So you're playing, the next guy plays, and then the next guy plays. Okay? So that's pretty much the whole left hand technique. So let's start from the beginning. Here's middle C. You go down to F and then find F sharp, put your 5th finger on it. Here we go. And then C sharp, 2nd finger, 1st finger on F sharp. 5th finger on D, 2nd on A, 1st on E. Then you play that again. You play it one more time, but this time at the end, we're going to add a note. So here it is, repeat it. And the note we're adding is we come back to that 5th finger D. Now pick up and move down to A, 5th finger, 2nd on E, 1st on C sharp, 5th finger on E, 2nd on B, 1st on E. Then you play like the beginning again. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, E. Go back down to your A, 5th finger, E, 2nd finger, C sharp, 1st finger. That's like what we did before, but now we're going to do something a little different. 5th finger on E, 2nd on B. So the last time we did this combination, we went to E. This time we're going to reach all the way up to G sharp with your 1st finger. Okay? I'll play it from the beginning and I'll just say the note name so you see how it all fits together. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, E. Repeat that. Repeat it again, and note this time we're going to add a note at the end. Here it is, D, A, E, C sharp, E, B, E, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, E, A, E, C sharp, E, B, G sharp. So that's the left hand. Make sure you practice it until you know it really well, and then come back and learn the right hand. Here's middle C. We go up to the C above, and then from there go up until you find A. That's our starting note. The right hand also is super repetitive, so that'll make it easy to learn. Okay, 5th finger on A, 4th on G sharp. Repeat those 2 notes. Play the A again. This time, 2nd finger on E, back to your A, and then 1st finger on D. Pick up the 1st finger, play A, 2nd finger on C sharp, and then play it again from the beginning. A, G sharp, A, G sharp, A, E, A, D, A sharp, C sharp. Go back to your A, 4th finger on G sharp, back to A. Now you'll reach down to the A an octave below with your 1st finger. Okay, so don't try to hold that, just pass it along. And then go back to your G sharp, 4th finger, 5th finger A, back down to the octave, 1st finger A, 2nd on E, 5th on A, back down to the low A, 3rd finger on D, 1st on A. Before I go any further, because it's so repetitive, it can get a little bit confusing. So let me play just this much until from the beginning until here before I go on. A few things to remember. 5th finger is on the high A, and 1st finger is usually on the low A. Okay, not always, but usually. So let me play it until here so you can see how it fits together. A, G sharp, A, G sharp, A, E, A, D, low A, C sharp. Play that again. A, G sharp, A, G sharp, A, E, A, D, low A, C sharp, A, G sharp, A, low A, G sharp, A, low A, E, A, low A, D, A. So you can see I'm not doing the rhythm right now. I'm just showing you where the notes are. Okay? From here, you're going to pick up your hand and do a grace note. A grace note, if you're not aware, is a note that is an ornament. It doesn't actually get counted in the beats of a measure, and it goes kind of quickly. It's an unimportant note in terms of accenting it. So 1st finger will play B. That'll be your grace note, going to 3rd finger on C sharp. When you play it the way it's supposed to be played, it goes like this. The easiest way to do it is to approach it from above and imagine that you played the B by accident and you really want to get to that C sharp. If you can't play it that fast yet, play it slow. See, I'm lifting that B as soon as the C sharp goes down. Okay? Practice it. It doesn't happen immediately. You have to take your time with it. Okay, from here, fourth finger on D. Now you're going to play two notes at once. First on A, fifth on E. Then back to your C sharp, third finger. Here you can pick up if you want, or you can connect however you want to do it. First finger on G sharp, second finger on B. Okay. Third finger on A, second on G sharp. Back to A. First finger on E, back to your A. Fourth finger on B, fifth on C sharp. Play that C sharp again with your third finger. Fourth finger on D, fifth on E, and then walk it back. Fourth on D, third on C sharp, B. So I'll play it for you from the grace note, and I'll just say the note names. So grace note B going to C sharp. D, A and E, C sharp, G sharp and B, A, G sharp, A, E, A, B, C sharp, C sharp, D, E, D, C sharp, B. Okay, so I'll do it from the beginning with the beats. Let's see, if I'm gonna count this like the real way, the way musicians do. Okay, if that's confusing to you, you might want to watch my rhythm exercises, counting exercises, or you can just go by copying me. Okay, so there are 4 counts in each measure, and I'm gonna start with beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is a long note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Was that confusing? So the part that you might have to practice a little bit is this faster section. Remember that you can put this video on 0.75 speed. It'll still sound, normal, but much slower, and then you can play along with me slower and practice it slower and then speed it back up. If the counting is confusing you, just copy the rhythm that I'm playing. Hands start together. Left hand picks up while the right hand plays, then together. Left hand holds, right hand goes on, and then everybody waits. Right hand picks up, play. Left hand picks up and together. So we just repeated exactly what we did previously. Pick up left hand together. Now, here's where that tricky rhythm comes in. It's together, together, right, left. Then right, left hand lifts, together, right, together, right, left, right, together, right. I'll do this little section again because this actually kind of repeats over and over, and it's worthwhile understanding how it fits together. I'll go really, really slow without talking so you can see it. You'll need to practice that a few times. Now, pick up. The grace note comes first, and then hands together. Together. Left hand picks up while the right hand plays. Together. Hold the right hand. Pick up the right hand and play it by itself. Left hand lifts. Together. Left. Left. Now the right hand's gonna go very close to the left hand. It's okay. Left hand holds and the right hand plays. Left hand lifts up. Together. Left. Pick up the right hand, play it by itself. Pick up left hand, together. Right. Pick up left, together. I'll play this much, and I'll tell you where I'm pedaling. So the pedaling here is really easy. Every time I play a low note with the fifth finger, I change the pedal. The only place I don't do it is when we have this thing where we come back to the fifth finger before moving on. I don't change the pedal there. So here we go. Pedal down. Change. It's long. Change. 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 Okay, so if you need some pedaling help, I have a tutorial for pedaling. You should watch that. It will really help you figure out how to coordinate everything. Once you've watched it and done the exercises in that tutorial, what you need to do is then practice this piece or another piece, whatever you're playing, working on the pedal. Don't add pedal until you actually know what's going on with the hands, because if you're still struggling with what the hands are doing and you try to also coordinate the pedal, you're kind of giving yourself too much information to work with, and it's not a great idea. So this part starts very similar and actually does a lot of similar things as to the last part in the left hand. So fifth finger still starts on F sharp. That's my dog scratching himself. Elvis. Okay. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, E, D. We've done that before. Now, A, E, C sharp, go back to the A, and then E, B, E. This should look fairly familiar because it's almost exactly what we've played before. And then this is the same, exactly the same as what we played before. So F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, E, A, E, C sharp, and then E, B, and it's going to go to E, but that's going to be the next part, okay? So it's going to be section 3, but I'll just show it to you first finger. Okay, so from the beginning of part 2, here's how it goes. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. D, A, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, E. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. D, A, E, A, E, C sharp, and then E, B, and then the E that's coming up will be the next part. So here we have 2 grace notes, low A first finger, C sharp second finger. Okay, so they're quick, we don't even count them in terms of like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They're on their way to that high A. 5th finger, then G sharp, we've already played this before, A, G sharp, A, low A, E, A, low A, D, A. This is the same thing as in part 1, the tricky part, except we're adding this. So, that part. Okay, remember that? Okay. Now, we're still doing our B grace note going to C sharp, 3rd finger, so 2nd finger going to 3rd finger. Now, instead of going 4th finger on D like we did in part 1, we're taking the thumb under to D because we're going to play stuff up here. 2nd finger on E, 5th finger on C sharp. You don't have to try to connect that, just pick it up, the pedal will take care of it. 4th finger on B, 1st on E. You play these together now and go to C sharp. Those are also grace notes. Then 4th finger on B, step it down, 3rd on A, 2nd on G sharp. First finger on E, 3rd on A. Pick up your hand, move 3rd finger down to low A. 4 on B, 5th on C sharp, 1st on E. Pick up that 1st finger, put it on A. 3rd finger C sharp, 4th on D, 5th on E. Back to your low E. 3rd finger on C sharp, 4th on D, 3rd on C sharp, B. So I'll do it from the beginning of part 2 with counting. And I'll go slowly. Remember, these 2 notes in the beginning, they don't get a count. They're just grace notes. 1, E, and A. 2, E, and A. 3, E, and A. 4, E, and A. Here's another grace note. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Again, if that counting is confusing for you, don't worry about it. We'll fit the hands together and it'll make more sense. So grace notes start before everything else, and then hands together. Together, right, left, right, left, right, together, right, left, right, together, right. We've done this before in part 1, should be review for you. Now pick up, the grace note comes first, and then together, pick up left hand, play again. Now here's some grace notes. Together, right, together, left, right, together, right, together, right, together. Okay, I'll do it with the right rhythm, slowly with pedaling. Again, left hand pedals when it plays the fifth finger, unless it's going back down for fifth finger. It's just like the part one. Okay, here we go. Pedal, change, 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 change. Okay. So left hand started a pattern, and then first finger will be on E for the beginning of this section. Fifth finger on F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, back down to F sharp. D, A, E, back down to D. So now you see we're playing groups of 4. A, E, C sharp, back down to A. E, B, E, back down to E. Then you do the same thing again. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F sharp. D, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, E, and then back down to E. Now, you're going to kind of repeat the same thing, but instead of playing that first group up here, you play it down here. So low F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, back down to F sharp. And then from here, it's like the other part, D, A, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A. Now, in the first time you played this, you went up to E. This time you're going to go down to E, B, and then instead of doing E up here, you do G sharp. Back down to E. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. So now we're just repeating what we just did. D, A, E, D, A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, and then G sharp, and you just stay there. So you don't go back down. Okay? So we're doing the same thing almost 4 times with slight differences. The first 2 times, there's no difference. The second time, the left hand moves down instead of up in certain places and changes 1 note. And then the last time, you don't go back down. Okay, I don't know if that made it easier or more complicated, but I'll just show you what I mean. So here's the first time that we're playing it. So we start on E, and that really belongs to the other pattern from before. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F sharp. D, A, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, E, E. Repeat that exactly. Now repeat it, but take the first group down here. And then back to our pattern. slightly different. Instead of E, we go to G sharp. Repeat this. And stop here. Don't go back down. Right hand, fourth finger on A. That's still that high A. We're going to repeat a lot here, okay? So just kind of organize it in your mind as to what group you're on. It can be easy to get lost here, but you just have to kind of organize it in your mind. Okay, so fourth on A, fifth on B, back to your A, third on G sharp. We're going to play A again with fifth finger, low A, first finger. E, second finger, low A. Do that again. Do it again. This time it's going to be changing. Here, instead of putting fifth finger on A, you put the thumb underneath. So you have A first finger, second finger B, third on C sharp, fourth on D, fifth on E. Then we're going to come back down, but skipping that D. Go to C sharp, B, A. Third finger comes over to G sharp. First finger reaches down to B. Then you repeated what you just played. Okay, so you just play the same thing twice, exactly. Now we're going to play it very similar to what we just did, but with a little bit fancier version. Here you might encounter a little bit of a technical difficulty. And what I mean by that is we do a quick little flutter between those fingers. Now I've been playing for a long time, so my fourth finger is pretty strong. For most people, fourth finger is not strong. It has to do with our anatomy. So if you're having trouble with this, you have to go slowly. If you find that it's an insurmountable thing right now, then don't do that. Just go. Okay? That would be the easy version. So you're leaving out the second A. You're just playing one A. Remember that your technique is really important. Technique basically means being able to play what you want to play. So, okay, here's a little bit of a lecture. Sometimes people just want to learn songs and pieces because they're pretty, not realizing that without doing exercises, they're actually at a huge disadvantage. They can't play stuff. They're like physically cannot do stuff that they haven't exercised for. So this is where I tell you that I have so far 3 piano technique exercise tutorials, and I strongly urge you to start doing them. You'll find your playing improves dramatically if you're doing exercises every day. Okay, so here it is. Fourth finger on A, repeat that A, fifth finger on B, and then come back down. This part is like the previous part. Then, same thing up here. So you see, it's very similar to what we just did, but we're adding this fancy part. Repeat. Now, third finger on G sharp, and you keep going down. First finger on B, third comes over to this G sharp, and then first finger on E. So that's a lot of repetitions. I'll play it from the beginning of part 3, and again, try to organize it in your mind. So here's the first time that we play this part. Now repeat all that exactly. Now we're going to repeat it with a fancy part. If the fancy part is not at your level right now, just play it without the fanciness, okay? Play it the way you played this previous parts. Repeat the fancy one. Now no fancy, it's just regular. And we're going to close it out by coming down. Hands play together, and then left hand holds. Lift, left hand, and then play together. Right, together, right. Together, right, together, right. So you see, it's a pattern. Together, and then right, together, and then right. Here's where the pattern changes. Together, and then together. And then together, right, together, right. So continue that pattern. Now, here comes that fancy part. So together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right. together, together, and then the right hand. I'm changing pedal every time the left hand, fifth finger, plays a new note, like it starts a new pattern. I'll show you just a little bit of it. I won't do the whole thing. So here we still have the pedal from before. Okay, so I'm gonna play a new note with the left hand. That means I'm changing the pedal. New pattern, change the pedal. Change, and so on. Okay, so you see, every time the left hand starts a new pattern with the fifth finger, I go up and down with the pedal. So in this section, the left hand repeats a lot of stuff that we've already played before. So fifth finger on F sharp, C sharp, F sharp. Down to D, A, E, D. Down, A, E, C sharp, A. Up to E, B, E. Okay? From here, the pattern changes. Fifth finger on F sharp, first on C sharp, and then pick up. Fifth finger on D, second on A, first on D, and then we continue the pattern, the fingering pattern as we know it. A, E, C sharp, A. E, B, E. Then this is like what you just played in part 3. So F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D, A, E, D, A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, E. Okay, that looks familiar, right? Then F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, hold that, then down to D, A, D, low D. A, E, C sharp, low A, and then move down to E, B, and then we're going to stop here. In the next section, we'll complete the pattern. Right hand was first finger on E. Pick up that first finger, put it on A. This is exactly the same as part 1. Remember that like tricky part? That's what this is. So let me do it and you'll recognize it. Okay, it's exactly what you already know from part 1. From here, first finger on E, third on A, and then repeat those notes except one at a time. Fourth finger on B, fifth on C sharp, play those notes again. Back down to E, this time third finger on C sharp, fourth on D, fifth on E, low E first finger, play those high notes again, back to E. Now fifth finger on D, step it down, C sharp, B, low E, play those high notes again. This time go to G sharp first finger. And then there's a grace note, first finger on C sharp, goes to A, and this from here is the same as part 2, which is the same as part 1. Okay, and then we still have our grace note. Still grace notes. So you can play this like that, or you can go. Actually, I think on the performance I did. Just makes more sense to me. Okay, and then first finger on E, third on A, same as you did in part 2. Low A, fourth finger on B. Now, here, I think I did a different fingering on the video, but I'm going to show you the same fingering that we did earlier in this section. 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, already know this from earlier in this part. E, E, C sharp, D, E, E, D, C sharp, third finger on B, first on E, second on G sharp, and then third finger on B. Okay, so there's a lot of like repeating from what we've already known before. I'm just gonna play it and say the note name so you see where we are, okay? A, C sharp, A, G sharp, A, G sharp, A, E, A, D, A, grace note B, C sharp, D, A and E, C sharp, G sharp and B, A, G, E and A, E, A, B, C sharp, E, A, B, C sharp, E, C sharp, D, E, E, C sharp, D, E, E, D, C sharp, B, E, D, C sharp, B, G sharp, and then here's a grace note, C sharp going to A, G sharp, A, you know this part, A, G sharp, A, E, A, D, A. Grace note B going to C sharp. D, E, C sharp, B, E. So grace notes B and E, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, E and A, B, C sharp, E, A, B, C sharp, E, C sharp, D, E, C sharp, D, E, D, C sharp, B, E, G sharp, B. Right hand starts, and then hands together, right, left. This is just like the other part in part 1. Here's the grace note, comes before the left hand, then together. Right hand holds, left hand plays. Right. Pick up the left hand, together, left. Now right hand, pick up left, together, right, together, right, together, and then right, together, right, together, right. Continue that pattern. Just the right now. Then here's the grace note. Then together. Right. So here we're just repeating what we already did before. Now the right hand is going to play something different from what it did before, but hands are together. Now right hand plays the grace note. So again, it's written like this, but I think I played it. Okay, so you choose how you want to fit it together. Left, right. Now we're going to do that together, right pattern again. So I'll play that much with pedal. We'll have the pedal from before. Change. 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 Left hand was on B, second finger. Now we're going to finish out that pattern. First finger on G sharp, fifth on E. Then fifth finger on F sharp, then C sharp. Now normally we would have done like an F sharp up here. Now we're going to jump all the way up to this high F sharp. And then fifth finger on F sharp. Pick up, D, A, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, G sharp, E. Then you do that again. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F sharp. D, A, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, G sharp, E. You do it again. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F sharp. D, A, E, D. A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, G sharp, E. Then you do it again. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, F sharp. D, A, E, D, A, E, C sharp, A, E, B, and then G sharp and stay there. Don't go back down to E. Right hand. This is going to start to look very familiar because it is. It's very, very similar to what we did in part 3. Fourth finger on A, fifth on B, back to A, and then G sharp. Fifth finger on A, low A, E, A. Here's that fancy one. A, B, A, G sharp, A, low A, E, A. Remember when we learned this? A, B, A, G sharp, thumb goes under, A, B, C sharp, D, E, C sharp. Now, before we play that B, which is what we would be expecting, we're going to do a grace, 2 grace notes. Like, those are the grace notes, and then you come B. So it's E, C sharp, pick up, grace notes, then to the B. You can leave that out. You can just do. Okay, if you don't want to play the grace notes. If you do, it looks like this. Okay. Then first finger on A, third finger comes over, G sharp, B, E, B. Then you do that again. A, B, A, G sharp, A, low A, E, A. Play it again. Now, on the recording, I guess I wasn't looking clearly because what I did, I played this. But here it changes. So if you want to play it correctly, not the way I did it, I made a mistake. If you want to play it correctly, here's what you do. Pick up C sharp, then B, and then A, G sharp. So instead of doing, you're going to do, okay? It's up to you. You can play it wrong like I did on the performance, or you can play it right like I just showed you, okay? Either way, it's fine. Then thumb under, you know this part already. Here's a grace note. Third finger, G sharp, back down to B. Then you do it again. This time without the fancy stuff. Then with the fancy stuff. Thumb under. Third finger G sharp, and then reach for B, first finger. Do it again. Third finger G sharp, reach down for B again. This time you're going to keep going down, third finger G sharp, and then first finger on E. Okay, so that's the right hand in this part. The fingering I may have done differently from time to time. Use whatever fingering works for you. Write it down for yourself if you get the sheet music, or just, on a piece of paper, and practice it the way it works for you. Hands start together, then right hand, together, right hand, together, right, together, right, together, right, together, right. Here's a grace note. Okay, as far as the pedaling, nothing here is going to be anything that's different from what I've already discussed. So I'm not going to do it with pedaling. Basically, every time your left hand starts a new pattern with the pinky, you know, if you're moving to a new position, that's where you change the pedal. It's just like the other sections. Left hand was on G sharp. Now, things are changing. We're starting to wind down. This is the end of the piece. So it's getting actually a little bit easier. So fifth finger on F sharp, first finger on C sharp. Then play that F sharp by itself. Second on D, first on F sharp, fifth on F sharp. Move that fifth finger to E, second to C sharp, and then first finger to A. Then two notes at once. Second on E, first on G sharp. Then all the way down to low F sharp. And then first finger on C sharp. Fifth on D. Second on A, first on E. Then fifth on A, second on E, first on C sharp. Fifth on E, second on B, first on E. F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, E, back down to D. A, E, C sharp, E, B, G sharp, low F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, D, A, D, A, E, C sharp, E, B, G sharp, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, and then C sharp. Right hand was on E, first finger. Pick up that finger, you're going to do two grace notes, A and C sharp, 1 and 2, on your way up to high A with fifth finger. So here are the grace notes, A, C sharp, and then go to A, fourth finger on G sharp, play those two notes again. Now you're going to play three notes at once, A, C sharp, and A. If you can't reach that, just play this, okay? But if you can, go for it. Then third finger on E, fifth on A, second on D. Pick up, A and C sharp, 1 and 2. Third on D, fourth on E, then third finger on C sharp, second on B, first on A, third finger over to G sharp. Pick up. Now you're going to play three notes, C sharp, E, and A, 1, 2, 5. Instead of playing them all at once, you're going to roll them up. So almost like you're trying to play them all together, but you're kind of messy. Okay? First finger on E, second on A, third on B, fourth on C sharp. Play those notes again. E, A. This time instead of going to B, you go to C sharp, then D, fifth on E, back down to your low E, first finger, third finger C sharp, fourth on D, back to your C sharp, second on B. You're going to do the grace notes again, going up to A, G sharp, repeat that. So the last time you played A, C sharp, A, this time you're going to do A, E, A, these three notes, and again you're going to roll them up. Okay? Then play that E, third finger, A, D, pick up. Second finger is a grace note on B, going to C sharp, third finger. Okay? Thumb goes under, second on E, fifth on C sharp, and then two notes, E and B, 1 and 4. Come back down, fourth finger on A, third on G sharp. Then E and A, 1 and 4. Play that A again with the third finger. step it up, B to C sharp, and then back down to your low E. Pick up your thumb, put it on A, then C sharp, third finger, 4th on D, 5th on E, come back down to your E, first finger, second finger on A, then 5th finger on D, 4th on C sharp, 3rd on B, back down to your low E, first finger, 5th on A, low A, first finger, second finger on C sharp, 4th finger on F sharp, and then octave A. I'll play that from the beginning of part 6, and I'll just say note names. A, C sharp, going up to A to start. G sharp, A, G sharp. A, C sharp, A, E, A, D. A and C sharp, D, E, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, C sharp, E, A, B, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, D, E, E, C sharp, D, C sharp, B, A, C sharp, going up to A, G sharp, A, G sharp, A, E, A, E, A, D. B going to C sharp, D, E, C sharp, E and B, A, G sharp, E and A, B, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, D, E, E, A, D, C sharp, B, E, A, C sharp, F sharp, A. Grace notes come first, there's A and the C sharp, and then hands together when the 5th finger comes in on the right hand. Left hand holds. Now, both hands together on all of these notes. Right hand by itself here, and then together, then right hand. Now here's that roll up, so what you do is you play the first 2 notes by themselves and then hands together on the last one. Left hand, now right hand by itself. Pick up the left hand, together. Right hand, pick up left hand, together. Right hand, pick up, hands together, left. Now right hand plays those grace notes again, together, right hand. Here's a roll again. So right hand plays A and E first, and then the pinkies land together. Grace note first. Right hand by itself, together. Left. Now right hand by itself. Together. Left. Right. Together. Right. Together. Right. Together. Left. Together. And then together. Right hand. Lift both hands and then play together. So I'll play it with pedal, and basically the idea is the same, but I'm gonna show you what I'm doing just because the left hand does a slightly different pattern here. So put down the pedal together. Here we go. Change, 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 change. Now here, I'm just gonna hold the pedal till the end. If you want, you can change it when you play this. Depends on if you want this kind of sound. You hear everything ringing, or a cleaner sound. It's up to you. That was River Flows in You. I hope you stuck it through till the end, and I hope that you had fun playing it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you soon. Bye.